All right. Thank you for joining me. I'll try and be fast, probably like half an hour or so. I know you guys got bigger and better things to do today. I think this is probably one of the most important races that we've been, that I am living and dying by all this stuff. I mean, Bell, Larson, Truex, all top 10 cars. Larson has been a top 5 car in races that he hasn't ran into an issue with. Truex has basically been the third best car consistently. We already know that. I don't think I need to talk much about this stuff. Bell, number one pit stall, starting on the pole. I think he pissed off a lot of people last week. When we look at lineup construction and we talk about Ty Gibbs and Kyle Busch, I think it makes just Bell, Larson, Truex, Byron, even Hamlin, way, not even way better, but like excellent tournament plays. I love this slate. This is probably the most fun slate that I can think of because there's direct pivots. There's a distinct build that people are going to go to, and I think playing guys up front in a race where I think we're going to have quite a few different leaders, and certainly fast laps spread out between the guys who've just been getting them this entire year. When we look at Reddick, I think you need to have some Reddick, and I hate to say that, but everybody knows I'm going to be overweight on Byron as I have been this entire year. I'm going to be playing a lot of Bell today. Those are my main takeaways. I have Larson to win the race. I have Larson as my highest projected guy. But Bell, Larson, Truex, and Byron are the four guys I'm focusing on. I don't think we really need to talk about that, nor am I going to waste your time there. When we look at practice laps, yet again, it's the guys who are fast. The Jones laps are interesting to see. Stenhouse, and a lot of guys ran a lot of time, man. I mean, clearly Byron's the top of the laps because he had the ball bearing issue on one of the control arms in practice. He's not going to the rear. I wish he was, to be honest, because I would love to play Byron here in a situation where he would go to the rear. I don't know why I'm even bringing that up, but we got to remember that Larson and Byron have both driven through the field multiple times this year when they have ran into issues on pit lane, especially at intermediates. So I have no concern about any of these guys having issues, especially with like Truex last week at Darlington, got stuck in the back of the field. Dumb strategy kept him back there, but he wasn't able to get through. I mean, Darlington's hard to pass, but everybody that I want to play is starting up front. I'm not concerned about that at all. When we look at the runs, just sorting by 10 lap, I mean, Reddick is there, Larson is there, Gibbs, Truex, Wallace. It's good to see Stenhouse actually have some decent speed, but I mean, it's the main guys. We're not seeing anything out of the ordinary. This is truly a bit concerning for Bell. This would be the only negative that I would foresee, is the fact that he is going to have issue on the long run, and I think that is an area of concern. But we're already getting discount ownership. I think you need to at least have 25% Bell today, if not slightly more, just due to the fact that I think people are going to see this. I think they're going to really be turned off by what he did last weekend, and I just like the number one pit stall. It's going to be huge here. He's going to get back up there. And when I look at trying to predict this race, I really do think that Larson runs top 5 all day. Truex top 5 all day. We could make an argument that Reddick is going to be top 5, and that's the main thing that we're trying to focus on. So I think those are your 4 guys that run the top 5 top 5 all day, and those are the people who are going to get fast laps. I don't think it's going to be. I really don't believe that it's just the leader getting the fast lap. I think we're going to see it from anybody in the top 5, and then Hamlin and Byron are off in your place differential. Bubba Wallace, like, is he? I mean, fact check me if I'm wrong, but he's never won a race before. Has a really good chance of doing it this weekend. 9,200 is. I really thought Bubba would be chalk, based on 23XI's history, based on the discount that we like. He's probably the best play that could realistically lead laps in terms of the salary. I thought he was going to be chalk entering. He's probably not. I just assumed Bubba was going to be popular. Like, even when I was building, I was like, or when I was writing stuff last night, I was like, yeah, people are going to play Bubba, but I just don't think they are, because they're going to want to stack Gibbs and Kyle Busch together. Hamlin is a guy that I had really no interest in, that I, told myself I need to build lines with him. I'm probably doing, I don't remember how many I'm doing. I think I'm doing 18 today. But I want to specifically talk about, and thank you for the 20 the 20 of you here on an NFL Sunday. You don't have to be here. When we look at the builds that are going to be popular, now I thought it was just because, I'm in the Survivor and you're kind of forced, which is why I just fucking don't like cash. I don't like, for me, like, I don't like being the smartest guy in the room, nor am I. But, like, I've reached out to some people and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing in this Survivor, in a sense of I don't know how to play cash. Like, this is just, it's so backwards to me. Because, like, today, I don't like Kyle Busch as a play. I have him capped, like, right at, like, 16th to 11th. I don't believe Kyle Busch competes for the win today. I don't believe he finishes top 10. I don't even believe that he gets you value. Like, I believe I had him at, like, maybe even farther back. Let me look real fast. But I have Kyle Busch projected for, I have Kyle Busch for 41.35 points. That is Kyle Busch getting, like, right at 18th. Okay, all right, sure, finishes a little bit higher than that, pushing 50, but, like, that is such a 96. I just feel like you're giving up so much. Like, you could get guys who are going to lead laps and be in the top 5 all day. So personally, I don't like Kyle Busch a lot. I think you have to have him if you're in the Survivor, which is just fucking stupid. I hate fucking cash. It's so fucking stupid. But I'm not a Kyle Busch fan today. But I think this is going to be the build to go with. You're going to have Kyle Busch, Gibbs. You're most likely going to be able to afford probably one other guy here. Like, when you're here, let's go ahead. Here, I'll do this. So, also, I just got, like, for me, like, I got Counter-Strike going on. We got just a shitload of fucking contests, and I still got to do other fucking sites as well. But when we look at this fucking build, like, this is just, where's Gibbs at? I love Gibbs. I'm 100% Gibbs, by the way, today. I think Gibbs is the best play. I love the discount that you get off of Kyle Busch and Gibbs. I think they are identical plays. I would much rather play Gibbs. Like, I am not arguing against Gibbs. I am specifically arguing against Kyle Busch today. When we are building, I mean, this is limiting. Okay, 82, that's limiting. Let's put in the best play. God damn it, man, you're at 74. Like, you're giving up so much. Like, we can't. That's why I thought, like, yeah, Bubba Wallace is going to be popular, but you're stuck in the 6. I do not like this build. I don't like this build. I would much rather throw Kyle Busch away and get any of these guys up here, which you can very easily get, like, a build like this and double punt, like, very easy. These are the builds I'm going with. But when you're trying to predict the builds that people are going to go with, specifically on a day like this, okay? Like, for me, when it comes to, like, I'm going to talk NFL just very quickly as an example of what I think is going on. We have to try and predict how the field is going to play today. So, like, for me, I don't bother learning dick about NFL until the day of. Like, I found out that Derek Carr isn't on the Raiders at 1 o'clock in the morning today. That's how little I'm paying attention to. I have people, like, look, personally, I'm not going to say names in a negative fashion. You guys already know. If I watch your content for NASCAR and I think your content is fucking terrible, I'm not going to listen to you for any other sport, specifically sports that I know nothing about. So, like, NFL, I'm aware of players, but I don't make my own projections. I go to people that I trust. That's true DFS for me. I'm building off of what Sheets, what Bobby, what everybody over there is saying today. I'm not wasting my time going to any other site because, like, they're all proven winners over there at True DFS, and they're winners. Like, Sheets just wins in everything. Why would I not follow his lead on stuff? My only lean today going in is, like, just double stack Tua. Like, I want to just be overstacked on that. But the reason I'm saying that is because for me, when I enter NFL stuff today, a lot of that is not any of my gut instinct. That a lot of that is what projections are saying, what other people are saying. I need people, like, I want people that I trust here. With NFL being the focus, I believe that we're going to see a lot of optimizer builds for NASCAR today, because that, like, who's putting time towards NASCAR, okay? Like, you got a shitload of money on NFL, you're doing your showdown, you're doing your early game, you're doing your late stuff, you're getting ready for the Giants and Cowboys game tonight. There's going to be a lot of people going on to Fantasy Cruncher, Sabersim, whatever the case may be, throw it in whatever projection set they're using, and it's going to spit out Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs. That is concerning. Like, this is a bill that I want to get off of in the 15 and the 4, whatever the case may be, and the 1, whatever. In the value range, because like when you're building like this, it's probably going to end you with like your 1 lap leader, which it's going to be very rare that it's going to give you Bell. I assume that the optimizer is going to give you Larson in this situation. So this is going to be a popular build. When we look at the value range, okay, I think there is, let me see. I'm probably not going to play Corey LaJoie today. My primary focus is going to be Todd Gilliland, is going to be Justin Haley. If I need another guy, Harrison Burton, because I'm building so high up, these are the 3 guys I'm going to focus on. I am going to say, however, so Sheldon Creed, yes, you're making his first ever start in the next gen. This is an RCR prepared car. I doubt people really paid attention to that. This is the only fully prepped RCR car that Live Fast is going to have all year. Like, this is just the one-off because Whelan wanted to support Creed, and RCR wanted to support Creed on the start. So this is an RCR car. Him at 6,000 is a really, really interesting place to be because first off, he's unknown based on what he can do. He might be Hocevar. Like, Creed has skill. This is a track that would lean into his skill level, although he just killed everybody yesterday entering 3. Creed, to me, is the only way I would play this. Like, if you're playing with these 3 guys, you got to get off the wall. In general, I think Creed is honestly a great pivot today. And that's just true game theory. When we're looking at where he's at in terms of practice, I mean, he's at the bottom. When we look at where he's at in terms of everything else, like, Creed is the slowest car. But in a race that can see a lot of attrition, in a race to where I think, especially when you're building with how I am, you're going to need place differential from some form or fashion, and you're mainly getting it from the value plays down here. Like, I think Gillen's a fantastic play today, just in everything. Like, I'm going to be building mainly with Gibbs and Gillen in most lineups, but I think Creed offers you, like, a really, like, wild card. It's either going to sink your line or, like, honestly rival the scores of these guys. Like, when we look at the starting grid, you know, Busch is going to pass people, Gibbs is going to pass people, Haley is probably going to run, JJ Haley is probably going to run anywhere from 29th to 30th all day. Priest, Custer, Erica Marola, Busher, LaJoie, you know, these guys can't really move up a ton. Their average running position is going to be similar to where they're starting. Creed is the farthest. Creed and Ty Gilliland, like, yeah, sure, they're going to drop to 35th and 36th all day, but they can't lose you anything. If we do have a lot of wrecks, or if Creed just, like, shows us skill very similar to, like, what Hocevar is doing on his first starts, Creed can very easily finish in the mid-20s and probably outscore even guys that are cheaper than him, because even when you're building, like, I'm not going to do the whole thing here, but, like, if you're paying up for people, let's say we use Creed with like that, that's a lot of money left over. You don't necessarily need to be in that range, or you just pair them together with, like, say, Gillen, and that's a lot of money left over. Like, the Creed pivot to me is something that I want to have lineups on. I'll probably do at least 4 with Creed just to get different today. But yeah, like, my primary focus is just trying to get as many lap leaders as possible and to get off the Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs bandwagon, because I think these are going to be the highest owned drivers, and I just don't agree with the Kyle Busch stuff. Now, when we look at where he's at, yes, you know, Darlington and Charlotte, he was there. This is what I think we're going to see from Kyle Busch, like mid-teens. Like, if that's why, like, hey, I'm for 18th today. That might sound like a shit projection, or a situation where, like, I'm not giving him enough credit. I'm giving him exactly what he's been doing consistently. Like, I don't think it's a lock for Kyle Busch to get through this field, man. Yes, he had skill, or he had what is it? He had speed, you know? That's true, but God, dude, that is just 10th. I mean, this is where it matters. Like, fuck the 5 lap, like 15th 5, 10th 10. Okay, maybe we can assume that he starts moving into like the 9th or 18th or 8th place on the 15 on the long runs. But at that point, the field is spread out. You got the leaders pulling away. He's going to be stuck in traffic for a good portion of this race, and you're going to have people fan out. Like, if you're in the back of the field, yeah, sure, you can force it forward and pass people, but you are at such a disadvantage. It's almost the opposite of Darlington. Yes, Darlington's, one lane, but Kansas, you're going to have checkups, you're going to have stack-ups, you're going to have people, like, going all over the place to where you're almost, like, landlocked out of being able to go to a different lane, especially when you're in the back of the field on these restarts. I'm just going to be underweight on Kyle Busch in the tournament. That's why, like, in the Survivor, like, I had to talk to, I don't want to say his name, but I mean, you know who you are. Thank you for the help, by the way, because like I said, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. He's giving me a lot of advice for how to get through this Survivor stuff. Like, I just hate Kyle Busch. I'm not a fucking fan. I'm not a fan of this play at all. So it's pretty wild. I mean, I think that's really about it. You've seen how I'm wanting to build. You've seen what I want to do. I want to take advantage of players using an optimizer day, putting as little time as possible in NASCAR as they physically can. That's mainly where I'm at. So let's see what you guys are saying really fast. Yo, what's going on, Dave? Yeah, dude. Gonna fill in at top of the morning to you, Ryan. Good morning, Josh. Anyone in the 6K range worth playing? Keeps landing. Yeah, so you're gonna land in that range quite a lot. Do I need to do? Actually, this is see, I'm breaking rules that, like, people have told me. They're like, never bring up the $1. Never bring up. So let's sure, we'll get into this one. So yeah, like this 6K range here. That's a range that I'm trying to avoid. So we have, I don't even know, I should just been looking here. When let's look at everybody in this range. So like are we fucking serious, dude? Are you fucking blowing me? God damn it. Oh, no. I gotta copy this one. Alright, so when we look at AJ, starting 22nd, 65, man. And as I said, we can look at practice speeds. I mean, that's abysmal. Holy God. So, like, AJ, I can't really see him going much. Hocevar is still just a wild card. I know for a fact I'm not going to nail whatever the fuck he's even doing. So, I'm not going to be playing Hocevar. Bowman 78, so he doesn't even matter. 60. I'm looking at 6K range, my bad. I'm not playing Austin Dillon, starting too high up. Austin Cindric had speed, but this is where he's been. This is encouraging to see. I will admit that, but it's due to the fact that he didn't run a lot of laps. If you actually label him of where he's at, like he's not going to look that good, or people like not paying attention to that. Like this is concerning. So I'm probably not going to get Hocevar right. Excuse me. Eric Amarola, Chase Briscoe, basically the same play. I would prefer Eric Amarola for this amount of upside. Like if he could get up to the mid-15s, that would be good. But this is a range that I am trying to avoid. Ryan Preece is probably the best play because he's the cheapest. And he has similar upside to Eric Amarola, but for the most part, I am not staying in the 6K range. That's why I said, like, honestly, like, Creed is just a fucking wild card here. Like, I don't think anybody's going to play Creed. So if you're, like, having just a chalk line, I think Creed is just fucking worth it to get that lineup different. So Creed is probably the only guy in the 6K range that I'm going to personally play, and it's still not going to be that much, probably, like, 4 to my 18 lines or whatever it is. 44 of you guys here. Thank you very much for being here on NFL Sunday. That's mainly it for me. I can't really think of anything else that I want to talk about. I think you need to have some exposure to Reddick. I think you need to have some to Bubba Wallace. You need to have some to Hamlin. You're going to land on you're probably going to land on Suarez a lot. I would be cautious about that. If you're playing Suarez, build around him. Don't just. I hate just laying on somebody and having to play him. But I'm in the 7K range a lot. And the two guys that I'm trying to either use or just kind of get off that range would be Bowman and Suarez. Bowman has been pretty abysmal, pretty disappointing. Like, this is disappointing for Bowman standards, but he's getting lower and lower. He doesn't need 40 points like we've seen him needing the 8K range, slowly bumping it down. I think Suarez is going to be able to. That is not the right thing. I hope that Suarez can actually carry some speed. Well, let's look at Bowman real fast here. Like, Bowman, that's concerning. 17th, like, kind of right mid-pack and stuff. Yikes. Suarez. Chastain is up there. Chastain had speed at the end of Darlington race. It just takes strategy. I like the price. Like, the upside for Suarez is the price. Downside is what he's been doing. Ran a long run in practice. This is encouraging to see. So, like, I think Suarez, I'm going to have Suarez today. Probably, I don't even know how much I have of him right now. Let me look. I currently have Suarez in... I currently have him in 1 out of my 12 lineups at the moment. I'll probably end up with 3 or 4 with Suarez today. Let's see, what else? I think that's mainly staying off Harvick and Elliott. Yeah, I'm not playing Elliott. I just can't afford him. That 8 price tag is just the way I'm building. I cannot physically get to chase Elliott. Harvick, we're seeing that people are chasing place differential. So I like, oh my god, dude, cash is so fucking stupid. Who wants to play this bullshit, man? Who actually enjoys cash? Like, this shit is so dumb. Like, dude, I think it's gonna be real close between, like, especially in this, when you're playing cash. Like, as I said, I never talked about this, but I have to talk about this because I have lines in here. This shit is so dumb. So we're at Kyle Busch. We're at Gibbs. We're probably at Larson, and forgot if you can get Harvick in this bitch here. This is so fucking stupid, man. Because it's going to prioritize place differential. It's either going to be Harvick or Denny Hamlin, which is why, like, I in tournaments, I want to be underweight on. I want very little Harvick. I want to be underweight on Hamlin. But I got to play this fucking bullshit here. It's so stupid. Harvick has been a top 10 contender, but he has been the fringe top 10. Him getting, like, the 9 place differential points here is... Where are we at? I got him for 13th right now. 10 place differential points. That is, like, right at 45 points. That's going to be, like, still just undervalued. Like, if he does this type of stuff, like, I just think you're giving up too much for $9,500. That's just a lot of give up, man. You need him to have a top 5 finish. And this is a strong race that leans into everybody who has been doing well so far. I can't get to Harvick, man. I'm going to have very, very little Harvick. What else, dude? How much Bell and Larson? I have Bell in, I'm going to be overweight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am in 7 of my 12 at the moment. Probably going to end up with 8 of my 18. Larson is probably going to be my highest owned up here because I think he has the highest percentage to win this race. And I have him projected for the most laps led and most fast laps. If you're familiar with how I play it, like, it's probably gonna end up equaling like 50% Bell, probably 65 to 70% Larson, probably 60 to 55% Truex, and probably 50 to 55% Byron today. That's where I'm gonna be at. I'm always very, like, overweight on the guys that I want to have be as lap leaders and stuff. So that's where I'm going there. Yeah, I think that's about it. We've been live for about 23 minutes. I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'll go ahead and leave you there. But these are my main talking points, main things that I'm seeing when I'm looking at lineups. And yeah, best of luck today. Hope you guys have a fantastic NFL Sunday. Hope your NASCAR race goes well, and just try and take advantage of people not putting much time into this stuff. I think this is a real weekend that's a very good strategy to have. I will see you guys next week to talk about whatever track we were at next week, because I do one thing at a time. I don't even know where we're at next week. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for being here.